Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Building Empires Network. Today you have your host Andrea Cruz and Miss Christina Franco.
Morning.
And today's podcast is going to be a little different. We're going to actually interview the people that are behind the scenes that are making everything happen for us to do the podcast. I know a lot of times we just look like we're just going live on Facebook, but we actually have a pretty awesome team behind us. And today we're going to, interview them so they can kind of talk about what is the importance of podcasts in different social media marketing.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So the main thing that we want to talk about today, you're going to hear my phone go off every now and then, but just ignore it. Sorry, guys. But anyway, the one thing that we want to talk about today is how you're going to be coming off on people, branding yourself. I'm very, very easygoing on words. I don't try to throw big words, spitfire or whatever, but I do like to talk to people in layman's terms. And the reason is because we're not all at the same level, tomato, it's all the same thing, but it just depends on how you relay the message. But the message today that we want to relay is how important it is to actually brand yourself and your business, but not create a hole of creating a niche. Meaning, Andrea and I are very random. We're always doing a lot of things,
That is funny.
And share with them the thing about George.
Oh, no.
Share it.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. They're going to really think I'm random.
We're random. That's the whole point of us. But go ahead, share it.
No, I was just telling her that I was in the car. We were going to an appointment and, I was just doing my own thing in the computer and I just started to do like a little beat and like, I was just like, da, 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 da. And it was like this Mexican random song that's just rolling in my brain. And he's laughing because he's just like, what the heck? That's just so random. You're over here. Your little monkeys are in there jamming. And I'm like, yeah. So I just thought that was kind of funny.
Con el tambor.
I know. I'm like, you don't want to know what's going on in my brain. So many things all at the same time.
Yeah. So that's the thing. We are very random. And a lot of us as women, we're random because we have so many positions to uphold, meaning mother, daughter, friend, and, employee, whatever we do, we have so many positions. It'd be great if we could just say, this is all I do. But when people walk up to me, they're like, who is Christina Franco? You tell me, you tell me who's Andrea Cruz.
A lot of things.
A lot of things. We don't even know how to answer it because we're so random. And the thing is, it's a good thing because we don't actually have a niche. We're in business and we do things. But the main thing about marketing and branding yourselves right now, we're in a trifling era in our life. Everybody is. So you have businesses that are even plummeting. You've got big corporations that are actually closing their brick and mortar locations because things have slowed down.
Right.
So we're moving into a generation where a lot of things are on social media. You have platforms like Amazon, you've got eBay's, you've got all these other places to go look for your things. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes you go to the store and you look for something your size and it's not there, So what is it? It's easier for me to just go on a sales platform and just order it my size, and it comes to me. I didn't have to go shopping. So we're moving into that era. Unless you're of a perfect service, meaning like you're a tire shop, you're a glass repair, or some type of repair.
Do hair.
Hair.
Things do that online.
You can do that online. But the thing that's happening is everything is in a shift, and so you're going to have to learn what social media is. You're going to have to learn what marketing is. There's a lot of things that are missing that can amplify if you take the step to make the investment, learn it, educate yourself to actually amplify yourself. Everybody's like, oh, next level. There's no level and you can't get there if you don't take the time to actually invest into yourself and make those efforts in changing it. So where we're at right now, we're trying to share with you on branding. So, we've gone to different people to ask them, where are we at or whatever, and it's not growing. Why? Because nobody understands Christina or Andrea like Christina and Andrea. Mm-hmm. So basically, Andrea, what's your vision in if you had made a video right now of yourself, what would it be?
It'll be a video more of like trusting the process, right? Because we don't know what is coming our way. I have kids, so it's just more of just standing strong and just moving forward. That's kind of who I am, because pretty much that's the process that, on where I'm going is going to come with challenges. So it's just like standing strong and move forward. It's kind of like a video of what I would do.
What would be your pictures, like your background? What would be your theme?
I don't know.
You see? And that's what I'm saying.
Hey, was I even supposed to answer? I don't know. Was I supposed to say? I don't know.
No, you don't know. So basically, you have to learn and sit with yourself, especially about your business. What defines your business? What defines you? Okay, without your business is nothing without you. So basically, it was a big thing that I did. So I own a company. It's called Realtainment. It's basically bringing a lot of value in real happenings of entertainment. Okay, so basically, we're buying houses, people losing houses, whatever it was, and that's Realtainment. And then people were like, and I was like, well, it's not really growing. Well, because Realtainment is just a name, Christina, but you are the brand.
Mhm.
Okay, so everybody was following Christina and not Realtainment. And it was like, just like now, I go on my live, and I have a lot of people that watch it because they're expecting to hear what Christina Franco says, not what the actual name. And the actual name for us is Building Empires Network.
Mhm.
So we haven't been able to marry the two just yet. And the problem is why? We're not talking about it enough.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it enough. So there you go. You heard it for yourselves. Building Empires Network. If you're on the YouTube page, then you're seeing us here. If you're on my Facebook, then you'll know where to find us. But we try to bring a lot of information and content and collaborate with people in different ways and different avenues. How do I collaborate with people? I have a hardware store, and then I have, the lending company. I have a whole bunch of crap. But the thing is that I'm not going to use a hammer for my lending company, and I'm not going to use a dollar bill I could for the hardware store. It's just like back in the day when Mattress Mac would jump around and say, I'll save you money. People needed what? They needed furniture. They knew that was his brand, was furniture. His output for you to come in was to get through that door was, I'm going to save you money.
And that is saving me no money.
And that was the thing. So you have to learn where your brand is, okay? And you have to learn. They're like, oh my God, I hear people say as well, I went and I had to shut down my Facebook page. People were all in my business. Well, why were you putting your business out there? If you don't want people in your business and you want to make a brand for your business, then you only talk about business and you don't put random things about your family or whatever. But you have to understand, like me, I'm very random. You'll see pictures of my grandkids. You'll see pictures in the fish across the street. It doesn't matter. But why? Because I share. Yeah, of a crab. There you go. It's true. I had a crab. And the thing is, and what the crab eats, ain't that crazy? But the thing is that I share my life experience. I try to be very transparent. And I think that's what gravitates people to me. And I'm able to be just personable because I try to be as transparent. Shit happens. They just burnt down my store. Am I crying? No, shit happens. You got to stay on the road. You got to keep going. You can't break your brand. Okay. And no matter what they take or break, they're not going to break me because I know where I am in my person. So that's what's very important for you guys. So let's just say somebody has, you're good. You're good on this. Let's say somebody has a beauty salon. What would be the best way for them to brand themselves?
Social media.
Mm-hmm. What would you put?
Pictures of your befores and afters.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like tips of how to take care of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, people want to know, like, why do I need you? So what value am I going to bring to these people? So like, hey, I'll help you take care of your hair. I'll make sure that your hair is going to be looking nice.
Mm-hmm.
Your ends are trim and, things like that. So then they feel like, oh, okay, like I want more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Show me more of that.
Right.
So that's kind of, and it's all through social media because that's where people are at all the time. I mean, even me, the last little 10 minutes I have at the end before I fall asleep, I kind of scroll through social media,
right.
But that's where people are at right now. So
yeah, that's where people are at. People aren't watching TV channels anymore. No. I'm not having to
I don't even watch TV.
No,
I don't watch TV.
I don't watch TV.
Which is kind of sad.
No, it's not.
I don't watch no TV unless like, I'm watching a movie with the kids, but it's not like, oh, hey, let me watch TV. And like a lot of people now have Netflix, they don't have like a TV where commercials still work. It just depends who you're targeting. Right. But I feel social media is a lot more stronger than it is in, doing commercials and things if you use it the right way.
The last time my family all had to be home to watch a TV show was when Empire started. We had to be there by 7:00. Everybody would be at my house. We ordered pizza, and that was the thing. We'd all sit around the TV and watch Empire, see what Lucius Lyons was going to do next. That was the thing. But it gravitated us to it. Why? Because it had a time, it had a date, it had a description of the episode. So let's go back to us. You have a time, you have a date, and you have a description to what you're going to bring to them. So you have to bring value to people for people to want to even follow you. Why am I going to watch some senseless person, promoting all kinds of negativity? I see people out there promoting so much negativity. It's can be interesting to watch, but then at one point they get exhausting. What is your purpose? And that's what I watch people. What is your purpose? I see people out there building their brand and saying, I'm helping this and I'm helping that. And they ain't doing nothing but causing chaos. And it's like, and people are like, well, I didn't need you. Yeah, you did, because I'm one number away from you being to your success. And that's how everybody is out there. You are, and we are. You are that to me. If I have one person hating me or disliking me because of something I did, it does bother me. Why? Because you're one person away. And no, it's not going to stop me. For every one person you lose, you to gain 3. But what is the purpose of losing people? When they burnt down the store, they're like, oh my God, do you have any enemies? I'm like, no, not that I know of. They might be very well hidden, but I know that wasn't for me. And it didn't even just disrupt me because it wasn't for me. It was just, oh, well, I don't know who it was for, but it wasn't for me. Maybe it could have just been somebody's inner hate, whatever it was. But you have to just keep going, build your brand, know who you are. People are like, well, I can brand myself. I'm going to go put on a lot of makeup and hair. Okay, you just built a character. Sorry, I said it. I'm such a bitch, right? No, I'm not. Because what if you're in the street and you're not in costume? Ooh, that hurt.
That's right. That would be me all the time.
Chongo and chanclas, guys. I'm always in chongos and chanclas. I'm not even lying. But the thing is that you want to come off as personable as you can.
Chongos and chanclas.
Chongos and chanclas, girl. You have to be as personable as you can. Who are you? Can you be comfortable in your own skin to talk to somebody, or do you have to perform? We're not performers. We're actual real people. So if you want to know what's going to build your true brand, is going to be you. Most of these girls that do fabulous makeup, they start off what? Bare skin. Bare skin. And then they build an image, a look. They build the look of the day. They don't say, oh, here's all my makeup and this is me, because then that's all you got. But if they come with all these dynamic designs and colors and hair and volume, then that's different. Then they are bringing you true content. But if all you're going to do is show up and be the same, why should I follow you?
Right.
So that's something that's very important. Another thing, you have to know how to separate brand and personal. You just do, because like I said, a lot of people will say, oh my God, everybody looks for your fails. Where does she fail? Where does she mess up? Oh my God, she stuttered. Oh my God, she blinks a lot. Whatever it is, everybody looks for that.
Talking about me.
That's me. I'm over here twitching on changing channels in my head and shit. The thing is that you have to be yourself. Try to be as comfortable as you can. Now, I was talking to my niece the other day. She does a lot of promoting for my store, right? So I told her, okay, so you have your own brand. You have a this camera that you put at these weddings and stuff, and it takes pictures. It's like that 360 camera thing. So I told her, where would you start to advertise that? Not just on Facebook. This is what I got. This is what I got. This is what I got. What is going to make that person understand they need this? Okay. What is your necessity to that person? What is the need? The need is you're going to start looking for people on the county records who just got married, who just signed up for a quinceañera, who went to the church to do their communion, Those are people that need pictures. So those are the people that you're going to go to, not just put it on Facebook and expect a miracle. People like, I'm always over there. Who's that? Oh, they're over there. Yeah. We got visitors. Oh, we're all matching.
I love it.
We've got hearts. It's okay. It's okay. We got to be ourselves, guys. We got to be ourselves. Hello.
I know we should take a picture.
You look good. Y'all come back here and say hello. Yeah. Hey, when you have visitors, you can dash away.
Like I say,
and we're all random, but we're matching. We're random, but we're matching.
Go on live, but weren't invited.
Hey, we're off doing fall vibes.
Hey, but we're talking about businesses, right? And we're random. So, what's your business?
Insurance.
Okay. How do you promote and market yourself in insurance?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my
We
God.
do a lot of calls. Phone calls. We do Facebook. I mean, that's free for itself. And
yeah.
What else? Referrals. We work on a lot of referrals.
So if you had to do a video, what would your video look like? What would you put in there? What characters or what would you do in a video?
In a video, I'm camera shy.
Yeah.
I would do like, ooh, you just got hit.
You just got hit.
You better call just got hit. You need insurance.
Yeah.
But you want to be covered, because me coming in from education and coming into the insurance world, in my place it would be just giving the clients, educating them what coverage they should have.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
For sure, letting know what is insurance. Why do you need insurance? You know?
Mhm. Integrity. There you go. That integrity of offering.
And
what
by
they
the way,
need
she gets
and what they don't.
she does all my insurance for all my houses.
Yes, she's covered.
Yeah, I'm in good hands.
She's in good hands.
Yeah, and then Martha, tell them what you do, because you do, the party planning, which she does all my party planning as well. I got the family in the building. Yeah, exactly.
The Pinemont
We
Posse.
got somebody. If you need something, we more than likely.
Yeah, somebody in my family doing it.
Just call us.
I know.
So what do you do?
So I do balloons and backdrops and whatnot, and so
Like a party planning.
Like a party planner. There you go.
Mhm.
I could do anything. I can plan the whole party for you.
Yeah, she does.
So you personalize things too.
She did Destiny's graduation.
Oh, okay,
She
okay.
did all the whole
The
balloons
and
and
everything.
all that
Ah, okay.
decorations.
Everything. You just tell me what you want, and I get a little feedback from you just to know you.
And I just
then
woke up and
person,
showed up.
and
Feedback. Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
Feedback. Feedback is so important.
Yeah.
And why? Because when she delivers her product, if she doesn't know who you are and there's no type of communication, how is she going to know what you like?
I'm
Whether
like, you didn't get my
color-
feedback.
You won't like
I already
this.
know you.
That's funny. I don't give a damn about your feedback. That's funny.
But that's what's important. And see, and we just brought them on at random.
Yeah.
But the thing is that,
we're gonna change it to the random show.
no, it's because we're talking about like the branding and what to expect and what to bring to people and the importance of marketing and social media. Where is majority of your business coming from?
Referrals
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of social media.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's real important, and that's what we're trying to bring to people today, is for them to understand that times are getting harder, things are getting tighter, people are finding a reason not to do something that they've been wanting to do, whether plan a party or whatever, for the simple fact that things are getting a little bit tighter. But your business doesn't have to get tight. You've got to really brand yourself, put yourself out there, market yourself, and not find a niche, but find ways to collaborate with other people as well. So we were talking about how you do that with the parties. You could always reach out to like churches, halls, who just went and applied for their marriage license, the criminal license, all those things. So it's just kind of opening up your mind and not just staying behind a desk thinking that everything's just going to fall in your hand or in your lap because you got a pretty little desk.
No.
Right?
It
Yeah.
doesn't work.
You gotta go out there and find.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See? So that's what we're talking about. I'm so glad y'all walked in.
I know, right?
Hey! We had visitors. They were walking by and waving, and we're like, well, hey, get over here. Thank you, girls. Y'all have fun.
Bye.
Bye. But you see how important it is? I'm telling you, we're random as hell.
Hey, she already said like 10 times, like, all right.
Yeah, no, but random is good. You didn't
No.
expect this, right? You just thought we were going to sit here and coach and mentor.
And
No,
you
that's
never know
not
what to
needed.
expect.
You don't know what to expect, but the thing is that, and you have to collaborate with people, and you have to, know what other people are doing. It's not all about you. It's It's about what the other person does that makes your network grow. How am I going to just walk up to somebody and say, oh, it's all about me? No, it's not. What do you do? How can I work with you? How can I promote you? How can I offer your product to somebody else? Because that's a friend. We'll get probably no likes half the time, but a bunch of views. Why? Because
Hey, shout out to the 5 people.
shout out to them 5.
We got you.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't hurt to like. People are like, damn, she's all over my shit. Well, why you put it there? Because I support everybody. They're like, she's a stalker. I ain't stalking you. I'm just supporting you. For half the time, I didn't even look. I just kind of scroll on by, but I want to support
She already
you.
has an automated button.
Yeah,
that
an
says
automatic like. No, but seriously, I do take the time to pay attention and like.
That actually helps your algorithm, by the way, when you
Oh,
like
that's-
everybody's stuff.
Okay, well then that's good too.
Because
See,
like Facebook is showing that you're supporting other businesses, so then they support you.
Oh, I got a lot of badges. I get a bunch of badges. I got a lot of badges. But that's the thing. But I really like supporting people. You know, I am where I am right now because I've always supported people. So many people have called me. I just got calls last night, you know, and I always try to give. When somebody reaches out to me and they're like, hey, I got a question, I ain't got a problem answering. Why? Because I mean, I feel like God sends people my way. You know, some people are so scared to call me. I'm like, why? You know, I'm ready to share whatever. But as we go forward with this, if y'all guys have any questions, I do want you to post your business. I don't care what business it is. I want you to post your business in the comments and say what business you have, what you do, just like these two girls. It's okay. Nobody's going to know who you are. That's your first test today. That's your first marketing test. If you learned anything from this today about marketing, is put your business in the comments and break that barrier that holds you back from promoting yourself. You don't have to actually get someone to promote you. You've got to promote yourself. Hire a good team, a good camera company that's going to back you up and listen and say, this is what I want to deliver. And that's what they're going to give you. And on that note, we're going to bring Miguel on because we want to share the importance of platforms and the marketing and how we've gotten so far. We've been able to reach you guys because of our podcasts and things like that. And, you know, things are changing. And like I said, you know, you're going to have to learn that you're going to have to almost take your product back to people. It's going to be pretty much door to door like it used to be, door knockers. Why? Because the brick and mortar is almost going away, honestly. And I'm in a bunch of brick and mortars. The only thing is that I've got a building company and a manufacturing company. But other than that, you know, it's not lazy daisy anymore. It's not lazy daisy anymore. You're going to really have to get up and go knock shit out if you really want to, you know, stay afloat. To some of us have big bills, you know, so you got to do those things. So right now we're going to bring Miguel on. And he's with MG Media. I'm not great, but I'm there. Hold on. We're going to bring Miguel on so that you can, and y'all have questions. Yeah. And y'all have questions. Y'all don't feel, you know, ashamed or scared to ask any question. Can you see the questions?
Yeah, they haven't asked anything.
No. But you can see them if they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
All right. So if you do have a question, Jesus can read it out. Okay. So that's the thing.
Somebody said, love you guys, keeping it real. Well, I don't know who they are. It says fake user. So
okay. Whoever said that, thank you so much. Because like I said, that support is what keeps us here. It's not like we're trying to build some type of income here. We really want to deliver message because you know what? Every time you help 5 people, your blessings come from above. You really don't see it. I'd probably be under a bridge right now, but I have so much favor in me. Believe me, I'm not afraid of any obstacle. But off of me and back to Miguel.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Thanks for having me
here.
here. We're random, right? Even I'm random sometimes.
Hey, we're getting on that random vibe.
Yeah, we're on random vibe.
Yeah. Well, hey, my name is Miguel Guzman. I am the CEO and owner of MG Media Productions. And I do a lot of video production for brands, companies, things like that. I also do content creation for brands and influencers. And as well as we started doing podcasting and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about everything that's coming because now we're moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Everything is changing, you know. Back in the day, like who would have thought these kids dancing on TikTok were going to become millionaires just by posting online? Even TikTok is like 2 years ago, like I think it's very important for people to like start doing social media, start creating these short format content because y'all were talking about earlier, you don't even watch TV anymore.
No.
You're on social media platforms all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when new social media platforms come about like TikTok and YouTube Reels and, you know, Instagram Reels, it's good to take advantage of those opportunities because in the beginning, you know, it's not as saturated, right? The best real estate is, you know, usually is gotten by like the people that move into that real estate first.
Right.
So I'm talking about real estate when it comes to like social media real estate. So back then, somebody, you know, who started posting on TikTok 2 years ago easily would it amount to millions of followers, millions of views. Maybe somebody who had 2 million views when they started TikTok 2 years ago, now it might kind of be like 700,000, just because more people are taking advantage of those opportunities. But the thing is that's why it's so important to be able to take advantage Oh, I'm sorry, the mic. To take advantage of those opportunities because it's important. You know.
Right, right. And like I said, it's going to be the new earth. It's going to be the new earth. This is what we're going to be living in here. Living. We have to live up to it. We have to change. I really feel for the people that do not understand what Facebook or any of it is. Now a lot of people say Facebook can be negative, TikTok can be negative, a lot of stuff. But why are you looking for negative shit to follow?
Right.
Exactly.
Go to just change the channel. It's as easy as that. Now there's so many channels. Before it was only 13 to 26, 39, whatever it was. Then 45 came in. That was a big thing. And then guess what happened now? Oh, let's not forget Channel 8 and Sesame Street. But the thing is now we if the kids aren't listening, we just get the iPads and just turn on Coco Melon.
Yeah, the kids don't even like my kids. They're on their phone.
Yeah.
Well, if they're we're out somewhere,
Right.
they're on their phone watching like YouTube, all of the kid stuff. But
Right.
any toy that they watched on YouTube, that's the toy they're like, oh my god. And by the way, I'm like, man, I need to come up with an invention with kids because they're like, Mom, I want this toy. And it's a toy that a freaking little Fort Ryan guy is playing with, and everybody wants that toy.
Ryan, yeah.
And it's all because of like just YouTube. That toy wasn't on the commercials.
Nope.
So they know like they picked up like everything's happening in social media. People are now our products or anything is gonna be shown in social media through reels, through other people's branding. I mean, it's all there. I mean, no one's watching TV that my kids rarely watch TV too.
Right.
It's
I
all
mean,
on YouTube.
who makes it home by 4:00 to see
Las novelas?
Channel 8 anymore?
Las novelas?
Yeah, but see,
Esa es todavía la de mi mamá.
no, but the
Dude,
thing is, you
thank
can just go and just look for it, and it'll replay it on your own time. That's the thing. People were looking for. Everybody was going crazy when on demand came. Well, that's what your phone is now. It's on demand. I mean, so many people, they don't need half of these channels. I mean, I just found out you're paying a $200 whatever bill a month. You could just get Roku. The what?
And then there's people on YouTube that are actually doing like their whole like life is on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're becoming rich. My kids are watching them. And it's like, oh, it's the royals and the royalties. And I'm like, these people are just doing random things. I'm like, we should have our own damn show. Because we're all crazy at my house.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe we should do that.
Yeah, all crazy at the cruises.
I know. Hey, cruising with the cruises.
There you go, cruising with the cruises. Yeah,
but it's crazy, but that's what it comes down to. Like that's what people want to see. Like, they don't care if you're just sitting there like, oh, honey, thank you for doing. Like they want something to watch.
Right.
So even myself, I know that I'm not taking advantage of social media the way I should, just because I'm not a very social media person.
Right.
But hey, it's going to be something that I'm going to have to be comfortable with now because that's where it's going.
Yeah, it's where it's going. And where we're going with it is our businesses really need to upscale what we're doing. Before it was like people would pay a lady to come and do some commercial in a little sexy dress and do all that stuff.
Those Spanish commercials.
Yeah, the Spanish commercials with the little tanga showing. Yeah,
stuff.
like no, that's not what it is anymore. Now it's like, I don't want to look at her. What is the need of this? Can I get her?
A lady, not the car.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So what do you do with that?
So I think just social media marketing is just so crucial. Just to start off with like some data, like I think like what is the most searched website that people use for searching purposes? It's Google.
Right.
People use Google for searching purposes. So anything that you need to know, it's Google. Now, this is the thing that most people are still kind of like not really know about, which is the second most searched platform on earth, and that's YouTube.
Yeah.
When you want to search something, you go either Google or YouTube. So now, like, that's why I think it's so important to be able to start creating just content everywhere. Like on YouTube, it's very important. So now YouTube started with the YouTube Shorts. I don't know if y'all heard of that, the YouTube Shorts.
No, but I graduated from YouTube.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I love YouTube.
Yeah. So YouTube Shorts are the same thing as TikToks.
Yeah.
So you go to YouTube and there's this little icon at the bottom that's, SNS for shorts, like YouTube shorts.
Mhm.
And that's, I think, really is gonna take over a lot of other things. Like it's even might even take over like TikTok someday.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because this is the thing, short format content. Now, before you might go to like search a topic or go to a website or a blog or something like that. But now imagine like if you're watching TikTok, sometimes I'm sure y'all both do this. When you want to find information about something, you might go to TikTok and type it in
Oh
right there and
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It gives you so much information. So
Mhm.
if you go to Google, because Google owns YouTube,
Mhm.
so even if you go to that website of Google, like you can actually go to YouTube and start watching those YouTube shorts
Mhm.
and get so much knowledge, so much information just by watching those, right? Like
Right.
it cuts down from watching the whole video of a tutorial on how to sell real estate online or something to little snippets that you can actually absorb while
Faster.
at the
Right.
bathroom or just
While you're
going,
getting ready.
just chilling,
Mhm.
getting ready or whatever. So I think that's why it's so important to stay ahead of like Web 3.0, everything that's going on
Mhm.
from social media marketing, so social media platforms that are booming to blockchain. There's so many things that are happening that you can use right now from your business to market yourself.
Right.
Because back in the day, if you were a real estate agent, for example, you might have to go to all these like networking events to
Mhm.
just try to find all these people that you want to contact, want to
Right.
kind of like get your name out there.
Mhm.
But imagine if instead of going to all these networking events, you can start creating all these short format content, and you literally are able to walk in every single person's like door by being able to do marketing and being able to like be out there all the time 24/7.
Mhm.
You know, so I think that's why marketing is even more important than sales.
Right.
Sales are important in every business. There's all these things, but
The marketing's first and then it's sales.
marketing, yeah.
It's the engine of everything. I mean,
Right.
I have to constantly do marketing in
Yeah.
my business. Every month I have to invest, and I invest a lot. And it's
Mhm.
not like the social media
Sure.
marketing is a different type. But what I'm saying is, if you don't do marketing, that's like
Right.
the engine of your business, and then it comes the sales.
Mhm.
So
Right.
it's I
It's
agree
very
with you.
important, yeah.
Mhm.
Like imagine like what would you do if somebody who has done marketing for a while, for example, let's say you both know Grant Cardone.
Right.
Mhm.
So if he just calls you up one day, try to, have him invest in his business or something like that, you immediately, a lot of the people would say just yes, they would like to work with Grant Cardone.
Mhm.
I watched an interview with him and he said, I spent 20 years of my life doing sales. That was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I should have started doing marketing a long time ago.
Right.
Now he's like all there, like every day. You watch him on YouTube, everybody's
Everywhere.
like, cash flow, baby. He's like, cash flow, baby. And so
Yeah, because
he does
he wants
marketing.
everybody to know who he is.
Right.
you
Exactly.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's true, it's the engine. So you have
Mhm.
to get that right, and then it comes the sales part.
The
Right.
sales part comes
Mhm.
naturally. So if somebody wants to acquire your services or buy your products, by you able to market all these things on social media, then when they come to you, they're ready to purchase whatever you have because you've
Right.
done so much marketing already. You
Yeah.
don't even have a salesperson having to tell them why to buy your service or product.
Right.
They're ready to buy because they're talking to you. You build that brand, and more important than that, when you do podcasts like this, when you do all these reels, like you're able to connect with an audience.
Right.
You're able to like they can see your personality. Like y'all been doing this for a while now. This podcast, people are starting to notice that.
Yeah.
They can see your
Mhm.
personality, and
Right.
and this is more important than anything else. You build trust with your
Yes.
audience.
I think integrity and trust is everything. Because there's a lot of people out there that are following that shiny object syndrome, and that means anything that shines, even people, they can do these videos badass and sell you into something that's not worth it. So you can't follow just the image. Remember, our image is what's going to sell to you first, but you have to make sure that whatever somebody is trying to sell you, they can really back up their and perform, because there's a lot of people out there charging 5, 10, 15 grand and
They're not.
crickets. Yeah. You have to make sure that you're connecting with somebody that's really doing something. And because social media is so powerful, they can make somebody go from 0 to 1,000 in 1 minute, just like that.
But I mean, you
Wow.
eventually catch on that they're not, because that's how a
Yeah.
lot of people. They're like, dude, and freaking anybody can be famous on
Mhm.
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
But then eventually people are gonna catch on, like, okay, this
Yeah.
guy is A
Yeah, how long
furu.
can you stay up
A
there?
furu.
Yeah, a
You've seen
furu.
that.
Andrea and her shit, boy.
Right?
A furu.
Furu. But they'll find out, so it's
You're good.
A furu.
because it is
I take that
true.
shit home today. Hashtag furu.
I know, right? I know, me and my random say. But it's true, like, there's a lot of people that really do brand themselves. Like, they really are. And that's really what they're doing, is just branding, but they're not actually doing the work that they're saying they're doing.
Right. And you got to watch, it's just like, Andrea and I, we're working on our platforms, of our subscriptions and stuff, but we want to be very honest with people, what we deliver, what we have, what is it, what is different than the same old thing. Because like I said, I hate going to places where they're just repeating the same old story. And then what, what is different about us? What is our tactic? What is our skill? What is our niche? What is it that we're doing different? And then that's what you want to put out there. And everything is always changing. You can't expect to say what I said 5 years ago to resonate in someone's mind today, because things are so different.
Well, it's changing every time.
Every single
I
day.
remember I used to sell my houses in like 2 days, and now they're taking like longer.
Mhm.
But you adapt to that. But what I'm saying is, there's always going to be change. So you have to be open-minded to adapt to whatever's happening. Not expect like, well, damn, I just figured this out right now, and now I got to change it.
Right.
Yes, that's how fast things are changing. So
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. And that's something that's real important, because I had a lady call me the other day. She was so upset because she said, you posted on my post that, right now it's not the time to invest. I said, no, it's not. I mean, you're asking somebody with 32 years of experience. No, it's not.
yeah.
Prices are too high. Interest rates are just as high. The sales on market are much longer. And you're teaching a class to people to fail? I'm like, what the hell is that? And you want me to support you? No. They're like, well, I shouldn't even have tagged you on it. I said, remove me. Remove me. Do me the favor, because I'm not gonna back you up on this, because $5,000, $10,000, and $15,000 for you to invest in somebody that they know damn well they're not doing it, but your $5,000 adds up 10 times. That's $50,000. Of course they can buy shit with no worries. Sorry for the furu, but you wrong. You wrong for that. No, I'm serious. You're wrong for that, because right now everybody has shifted back into education. Now, I'm not going to knock the education. I'm going to say it right now. There are a lot of people out there that are changing and they're teaching, and that's great. Right now is the time for you to sensibly and affordably educate to prepare. You don't say, I want to be a doctor, and you go to to medical school and you're a doctor tomorrow. You have to put in your time and effort and then go in to the surgical procedure and you can perform. So basically right now, what I said is the time for the shift. It's time for education. It's okay not to over-educate yourself. Go in with a little bit of terminology. Yesterday, I got a call from a lady that said, oh my God, I heard you say that, you don't mentor. So I went ahead and, I took a class online. I appreciate that, because she saw, one, our value. She saw, two, she's taken the time to make that step to go out there and educate herself so she can come to us knowing what she wants to ask. The worst thing you can do is me say, I'll give you 30 minutes of my time. Come with your question, because it's going to take me that long to explain.
Wow.
And you asked the wrong question. And you didn't get an answer, and you walk away and you tell people, well, she didn't answer my question. You never asked the right question.
Yeah.
Because you would have got your answer.
Wow.
So that's very important. Think before you go in. Know what you want to say. I always carry my little handy dandy notebook. I still use my notebook more than anything, because if my phone dies, my question's gone. So the main thing is you got to be prepared. So right now is a time of preparation. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the money, go on YouTube. We're YouTube University students here. We've gone on it. But, like with these guys, honestly, I know that, you just collaborated with Yareli, and he's been doing all our podcasting, and y'all had a training. And a lot of you guys, we said it, and y'all didn't take advantage of it. Not shame on you. I don't know why. Maybe you didn't understand. But I will tell you what, you want to know why you may not make it through the craziest season of October, November, December until January. And then if they think to come back to you, to build to do
next
this,
year,
to do that next
because
year.
I think they say next. Well, I don't even know,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what my husband has noticed when we argue and we fight, because we do that. I mean, it's common. When I'm at the store and I'm marketing and I'm putting it out there and I'm putting out the sales and I'm doing all this stuff, he realizes that our market numbers go up 30%.
Wow.
30% on
That's a
one
lot.
person. Why? I know my product. I know what I'm selling. I know what the product is used for, and I know how to save money. Why? I'm an investor. I know how to pull, from the barnyard to make something work and not overdo it. Because when you go with the contractor, the subcontractor, you got all these people, but now I'm front in line. I just told a person last night, hey, if you're going to start building, I got a person for you to use, but you can also start going direct to people like me or other people so that you can save the cost on your product. Because when these guys go and pick up your material and look for your material, you best believe there's going to be a price markup on your material, if not by 10%. So why not save that 10%? For yourself? Say, you know what, I'm going to start my account. You give me your building material list and I'll get quotes and I'll quote it and say, hey, you know what, I'm saving you this much. They're saying it's this much, but this is how much you're going to save with me or with another company, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be with me. I'm not dying for it, but whatever. The thing is that you have to learn how to do your own negotiations. That's the only way you're going to save. They're like, oh, well, you don't, you're more valuable outside of your company. Yeah, but I'd like to save 10% on something,
Oh, yeah.
But going back to where I'm saying, with the marketing, guys, you need to learn how to market yourself. Just like we're out here talking about what we do or whatever. We do what we do, and we put our companies out there. We talk about it. We like to bring value. We're not just all about, oh my God, what we do. We want to share everyone's value, whether it's insurance companies, title companies, contractors, builders, because we want you to be able to have a resource to go to start. And then you start picking up on lingos, but with the marketing, I think you really need to take advantage and heed, because right here, this is a guy that literally they could call him tomorrow to go to LA to go film.
I just came back from LA
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
There you go. They already called him.
They already called him. No, but it's really important. And it's just for you to start learning. And if you can kind of, like I said, this is a time to reposition yourself. If you could say, you know what, these 3 months might be a little bit slow, but I can go in, learn a little bit of real estate, learn about whatever it is you want to do, buy bigger machines or whatever it is you're doing in your business. We just had to go buy a bigger machine. My son went to New York to buy a machine to bring it back to Texas. But the thing is right now is a time to reposition. It's a pivotal point in everyone's life. And you're going to have to learn to pivot, because if not, you're going to keep going straight and the wall's going to come up and you're done. So you've got to learn to find your pivotal point. If you're out there like the young girl right here that was doing the balloons and all that stuff, like she says, majority of some of her stuff is referral, but it was pretty much based on social media. You can show your pictures, you can show videos, and that's what you teach at your class. How to do the videos, how to do the pictures, how to put words to those pictures to kind of more define the message you're trying to bring by a picture. If I send you a picture, just, was she bored? Is she constipated? What the hell's wrong with her? But I have captions. So the caption will be thinking about a master plan. Put the music behind it, put the words, and there's the caption. So you've just captured my idea from one picture, because a picture is still. And a picture is worth 1,000 words. So if it's worth that many words, you can get confused of what you're looking at if there doesn't have the right caption or the right music, the momentum. So that's something that you guys do, right?
Yes, we definitely do that. And I think it's very important just to be able to start creating your brand. And there's multiple ways that you can start creating your brand, like what we're doing here. You're starting like a podcast, live videos. You can start recording yourself with your phone and start posting those things on social media. Like, honestly, if you're a business owner and you want to sell more products or service of what you do, like, honestly, one of the best ways to start doing that is very simple. You start a podcast. Why? You're like, why would I just want to talk? Because a lot of the time we were talking about earlier, like, some people might rather just grab their phones and record themselves and maybe have a script and do it. But it could get very daunting for some people who might not be comfortable on camera, and maybe they forget once the camera turns on. It takes time, it takes practice. But if you start your own podcast, let's say you just have a conversation with somebody else and this is it's a source of information. So after you finish that podcast, definitely like what we do, my team and I, we do it for all the clients as well, and I know y'all do it. Like we create short format content from that long format video podcast, and then you can actually add titles and subtitles and things like that, and you post it on social media. And the cool thing is that if you post all these videos on social media, like for example TikTok or whatever, you can add the link to the actual long format video podcast. They can actually go to that long video, watch the whole podcast if they want more information about you. And doing that same podcast, what you can also do is reach out to people that are within your niche, are kind of like up there or famous. You send out emails. If you send like 40 emails to these famous people or people who and your audience knows they really look up to, one of them is gonna say yes. Maybe 39 say no, but one might say yes. Comes to your podcast, you do a video with them, a podcast, and then during that video, then you can just market even your services. Hey, my name is Miguel. I'll do video production. I do marketing. If you guys want to learn more about what I do, just reach out to me, send me an email, and that way you can even get more clients that way. It's so easy to start a podcast, and I think everybody, if you haven't started, just start doing podcasts, start doing more content, and start pushing that out there, because you were talking about earlier, like your business is one thing and then your personal brand is different.
Right.
Like no matter if you switch jobs, if you do something else in the future, they know you because of your name or what you do, and you start building that connection with your audience.
And I think one thing that's very important, a lot of people get gym coaches, a lot of people get etiquette coaches, real estate coaches, whatever, coach. I think people need to start stepping up to some social media coaches, because a lot of people crack. A lot of people get emotionally involved in posts.
It's time consuming.
But I think what these guys offer is more of not just examples, but like of a coach approach. So basically, of what I see, like earlier, we actually talked. Usually we come in here, we just sit and go. But now it's like we really talked. We got the feel of what we're trying to deliver, where we're at, how it looked, this and that. And now I see why a lot of movie stars literally crack and just go and move into the woods, into the Uganda. I don't know, because they want that silence. And I will tell you, sometimes social media will cause a lot of ruckus in your mind, but you need that silence. So I think going in with the right coach approach, and they will actually be able to liaison you to tell you, hey, this is how you go, so you won't be overwhelmed. Because I answer a lot of my questions from social media, and and I'm like this, majority at nighttime. I'm up at 11. That's when I'm answering. And my husband's like, who are you talking to? Oh, a bunch of people. You just go to bed. But the thing is that, I always try to answer, the question, because, my social media is one thing. And I will tell you that when you're going through a time, of loss, loneliness, or you're feeling a little bit down, your business is going down, or you feel fat, whatever it is, your audience is your new family. It's really true. Oh, yeah. Your audience becomes your new family, and you depend on those comments. You depend on those views. You depend on those things. And I'm telling you, because when I went through a time of loss with my brother, it was a lot of people that just kept going, keeping me going. It's the phone calls like this morning. Hey, I just wanted to pray for you. Great, thank you. Wow, and awesome. those are the things that just keep me going. Hey, what are you eating for lunch today? Those things. Because when you're a parent and you're growing up and the kids are grown, you're by yourself again. Right now, Andrea's living the life I used to live, and she's like, oh, I'm like, oh, yeah, but the thing is that you're always going 90 miles an hour. What's going to happen when those kids are grown and gone and you're by yourself? You're like, shit, what the hell? So you've got to start building something that builds your own community. You can go to church, and believe me, we're not talking about social media as just for performing and selling and this and that. Maybe you want a more spiritual realm. Maybe you want more of just a community of people who resonate in what you do, a knitting class. Who knows? There's not very many knitters out there, but you'd be amazed of how many people would gravitate to that just to see you do this. My grandma used to do macrame, and I saw a lady doing macrame, and I was like, oh my God, it was the feeling of going back home why I watched her so much. A lady that was skating. I was watching her skate. She fell on her ass 5 times so far. And I watched it and I like it. And why? Because I'm going to support her page. It's her purpose. And you have to understand when somebody's out there, they're actually putting themselves out there for a purpose. So support the purpose, not the person, just the purpose. You know, they're out there for a reason. And sometimes you come across people, you don't know why, but they just came across you for a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes people put themselves out there for the right reasons. It just depends on you on what channel you want to watch. But I really think that you guys have a good coaching and a short-term mentoring thing, because I don't think y'all are really like mentors.
We don't. We have personally like mentor some people who are getting into the space, because a lot of these people are noticing that social media and video production and marketing agencies, like everybody wants to kind of like start to do that now.
Right.
So since we have a little bit of experience, we kind of like help people out and do that. But what we focus the most is helping more than anything, like just people build their brands,
Right.
and
Grow their voice.
build
Grow
their
their
voice,
voice,
because
you
it's
know?
important, you know.
Right. And I'm telling you that, you know, at this point, you know, you have people that might want to get out there in a spiritual realm. You know, we were talking about that with the women's group, you know, outside of what we already do. But the many things that we do, you know, you kind of want to give it back. So, you know, you don't have to own a big brick and mortar church. This could be your church. You know, you are your church. So this could be your church. This could be your message. This could be your point. This could be you helping somebody, you know, your goal. You're even sharing your journey. You just might want to see who supports you.
Let me ask you, what is some experience where you're like pushing out all this positivity to other people, like on social media and things, and because you want to support their purpose? What are some good things or some good, amazing relationships you built because of that result, because you're doing that?
Some of the relationships that I have built was, and it showed, it really showed when they set my place on fire. People showed up just because they see me on Facebook and I've touched them in certain ways. They showed up with food. They showed up with water. They showed up with ideas. They showed up with trash. People just showed up, you know, and it was the thing when you show up, that's what proves who you are. Anybody can call you, anybody can comment, but when they show up, they show their true colors. And so what this has really built for me is a community of trust. I can depend on some people, and people I don't even know. Some of the people that I've known and helped or whatever and been there and didn't show up, but randoms.
Wow.
Randoms. So I think that social media has really reached out. I had people from Maryland, New York, you know, people just always checking in on me. And I'm like, wow, there's somebody who lives next door, won't even check on me. You know, so I think that's very important. And sometimes it's just a conversation that heals a wound, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go see a therapist. They're getting paid to do that service. But when you have somebody that gives you their time is more valuable than anything. So I value people's time. I really do. How about you, Andrea?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think definitely social media has really a lot of, you know, things that I have put out there. You know, I've had people like reach out like, hey, you know, with certain things about, when I did that post with my son doing the affirmations, and one of the moms had, you know, reached out and said, hey, you know, I'm having a hard time with my son right now. Can you send me a picture of that page? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But we were talking about how, hey, yeah, you know, teenage years are pretty tough times. But here, let me share this with you, and let me, you know, I gave her a little bit of words of encouragement, because I understand how it is in those teenage years. So, and it was just off of a post, like you were like, wow, like, thank you for that, you know? So it is important, because it's like a lot of people are like, no one's watching. Someone's watching. Someone's watching. And you don't, even if, to me, I never really, you know, the likes, someone's going to watch it, that you're going to impact somebody's life, you know, and they might not even tell you anything at that moment, but then, you know, they'll tell you and message you like, hey man, thanks for that. I really need to hear those words today. And that was, to me, I was like, wow, you know, just, and it wasn't even me promoting. It was just, hey, I'm
random people just like sending you that support.
Yeah. So it's good. You know, we kind of all have to, like, you know, learn how to support each other, and especially the way, I think the world is just crazy. So it's like, if you were just become, you know, it's like they say, if you want to change the world, change yourself.
Yeah.
So
True.
start by
Mhm.
supporting other people. You know, it doesn't matter if people don't support you. You support them,
support.
you know.
Without an agenda, like you do it
Yeah.
because
There
you
you go,
want
without
to.
an agenda.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
feel like a lot of people nowadays is like, well, hey, you know, I'm not getting this. And then it's like, hey, do it without having somebody do it for you too.
Right.
You know, just do
Mhm.
it out of your love, not because if I do this, I'm expecting this out of that. You know, it's like just put yourself out there and you'll see how slowly it might not come from that person, but it'll come from somebody else, you
Sure
know.
will.
They might somebody.
So-
they might know somebody else as well.
Yeah, you know, so I feel like if you have that, you know, abundance mindset, like, hey, I'm just gonna support, even if, you know, people don't that I am supporting don't even, you know, and I get that a lot, and I'm okay with that. You know,
Right.
it's
It
like,
happens.
you know, I just continue being me, and you know, everything else kind of unfolds after that. You know?
Right.
So
Why do you think being yourself and being authentic is so important than ever before?
well, you know, it's funny because I I took you know, what's his name? He took me to the Astros game, Aldrich, right?
Okay.
And he's like, you know, it's hard to read you because you're like so many things all at once. Like, you know, next thing you know, we're over here doing, you know, talking about business, and then I'm doing corridos and you know. So he's like,
Yeah.
shit, who are you? You know,
Yeah.
but you get a little bit of everything. But one thing you know is that I'm, you know, very like, if I'm gonna be there for you, I'm gonna be there for you. Like that doesn't change. My integrity doesn't change. You know, I've done business with so many different people. You know, so that doesn't change. But as far as myself, you know, I'm always a lot of things, and I think, you know, being a Gemini, you know, you have that personality,
Yes.
but it's just that's just who I am, you know. And I feel like I'm more a lot of a kid inside still, you know.
That's
like
good. That's
with
good.
my kids, you know, we do a lot of things. Like they're like, man, their friends are like, man, my parents would never do that.
You have the energy
you know?
too. You have the energy to do it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I love going to roller coasters. I love doing roller coasters to me. So I would do that anytime. But it's just, yeah, it is different, and it's really hard to kind of explain, like, you know, who are you? Because I'm like, man, it depends in the situation you put me in.
Yeah,
Who decides to come out, you know?
Yeah.
Because I
You're
have
like a chameleon.
I
You
know,
like
because
change.
she can tell you, because I have a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
It's just the situation
Which
I'm
one?
put in. You know, like I always say, I'm not a killer, but don't put a shit.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
will come out as well sometimes. And I can be the most loving person, right? So it's just, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, it's about, you know, being authentic. And it's like, to me, like, people are gonna be hard to be like, oh, well, who is she? We don't know.
Right.
Who she's,
You don't
and
know.
that's just,
I don't know who I am.
you know, I don't know. But, you know, and it's
Yeah.
okay that you're still trying to figure it out
Yeah.
too in your journey, because
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like God has the last word of who you really are. You know, if you've really reached your full potential, like sometimes you think like, I've made it. No, you still got a lot more great things coming up ahead. And so I don't want to like limit myself where I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, no, we still have so much to grow, so much to be, so much to figure out, so much to learn. So I just like to put myself out there and kind of just guide me. What is it that, you know, I'm always looking for new things, not to opportunities, but to absorb, like, okay, that's a way to do that. I like that. Maybe I will use it whenever I need to use that, but I won't do it right now, but I'll do it at that time, you know? So it's always good to learn, you know? I feel like.
That's interesting.
It gets important the way people do follow us, because I get a lot of marriage stuff, and I'm like, good.
They ask you for that,
I
or
don't like him. Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I get a lot because, I mean, yes, we've been married 32 years, and we're getting divorced every Friday. And, you know,
I'm
but
still waiting on the divorce party.
yeah, she's still waiting on the divorce party. But the thing is,
His name,
that,
Mr. Franco. Don't get mad.
yeah, that's a me and you. Yeah, but the thing is, and she's like, no. But the thing is that, you know, you have to understand people are watching, and I know some people are always watching the flaws, but no marriage is perfect. No relationship is perfect. I've held on to my marriage by faith and patience. You know, you have to have a lot of patience. And then when you're with, you know, your kids, each kid is, like they say, each kid is like your finger. One is short, one is, you know, one is long, whatever. But the thing is that, you know, in the marriage, I get a lot about my kids and my relationship, and nothing is perfect. I mean, I argue with my kids. I love them all. in their own individual way. The thing is that they're all different.
Right.
And then when they become,
I
and
know.
you're a mom, and then they're no longer
I know.
your kids, they belong to, it's the other woman now. So I'm like, it's the other woman. Yeah, you know, the daughter-in-laws become the other woman. You know, you're always that, you wait, girl, you wait till your little man gets his other woman. It's like, damn, you know, I'm no longer that woman. So it's like, damn, you know, what do you do? So in a relationship, in marriage, people always post the best parts of the marriage. And I'm one that will post when I'm ready to file. I'm one to post that he's driving me nuts, and I'll have, you know, my friend Christina call me, girl, I know. It's that kind of thing, you know, but it's okay. But people will always post the prettier side of things. I think if you're very honest, you don't feel obligated to your story, you know, because sometimes you just, one time I posted a post and they're like, girl, you don't put that on Facebook. I said, maybe I'm really genuinely reaching out for somebody to talk to me, not to the image of me.
Right.
You know,
I like
so
that.
that is something very important. And I think that's where, I'm not saying I'm a movie star, but I think that's where a lot of media people end up committing suicides and things like that, because
They always
they're
have to be
so-
perfect.
They always have to be perfect. They
Yeah.
have to be this image. Oh my God, today I just want to go out and eat a fucking burrito, but I'm a vegan, you know? And
But
so
I said
you
I was a
lose.
vegan.
But that's the thing. So you have to understand where I think a media coach and person will go through, so you can know yourself. And like she said earlier, on something so simple, I want to question you, I want to ask you just by what I want to decorate for you, you know, your color, your persona, your whatever it is. You got to know what you want before you put it out there. And me, like I said, Andrea and I were very random, but because we don't have to live up to nobody, we don't want to.
No.
You know, oh fuck, well, you know, it is what it is. And you know, I'm preaching today, and I'll blurt a curse word later. It's just a word. You know, it doesn't really define me as much as people say it does. It doesn't, because it's just what I am.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
know?
so interesting how people, as human beings, we crave realness from other
Yeah.
people. And living in a world where Instagram, everybody, you have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Facebook, you have to be perfect.
Mm-mm.
And I think, especially like after the, you know, pandemic and everything, how everybody was just like craving social interaction.
Mhm.
And there's this new app actually that not a lot of people know about, but it's called Be Real.
Be real.
Be
I
Real.
like that.
Mhm.
On this app, it's actually trending there now. It might be even bigger than TikTok, who knows? But this app, what really allows you to be real. So when you post photos, like the app actually sends you a notification. Let's say random times, you talk about random, at random times of every day. Let's say today at 2 p.m. it sends you a notification. Be real. So you have to go to the app, whatever you're doing, whether you're sitting here doing a podcast, whether you're like sitting watching Netflix and chilling, you kind of take a photo of yourself, and he takes a photo of like front camera and the back camera.
Mhm.
So that way you can be real, and it shows people the realness. Like you might post a photo, like usually what most people do is like you're sitting in bed, you're watching Netflix, you're chilling, but you post a photo of you, right? You know, going to Cancun, having the best time of your life. But no, you might be in Cancun chilling, just chilling with your family or something, and that's you being real, and people
Right.
crave that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think this app really, you know, is connecting with
I'm
people
gonna get
now.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to get that. But I want you to take a mental picture about something. I want you to really think in your head while people were really going through COVID, and there were like a lot of stars, TV anchors, just general people. Are you really being yourself, or are you obligated to a personality? When you see people up here, they're in a suit, and in the bottom, it's their pajamas.
Damn, that's me. No, I'm kidding. There you caught me. No.
Now, but
That's how I
think
do my
about
Zooms.
it. Yeah. No, but that's how, if you really think about it, we've separated, we've divided ourselves in half. You know, when can I truly be real? When can I just walk out with my coffee, my pajama, and my chongo and my chanclas? You'll catch me like that. You know, 90% of the time, you'll catch me like that. Hold on, she's gonna turn it off. Claudio, I'll call you in a minute.
Vamos pa' atrás,
Ahorita te
Claudio.
hablo, Claudio. Ahorita te hablo. You know, and that's another thing. You know, you have to know when are you really being real? And that's when I started seeing people, they would get up and they'd be in a pajama, but they'd be in a suit on top. I'm like, wow, when are you really obligated to your own person when you...
Girl, that was everybody in COVID
Yeah.
2020.
I know. I
Man,
know.
I was doing
You
some
know?
calls like supposed to be at work, but
With
I
the
had
suit.
like a green screen, but I wasn't like in California chilling. I'm just playing.
Yeah, like,
Oh, damn.
oh, we got to learn the green screen.
The
gotta learn
green screen, you gotta
You
learn
didn't
the
have
green
to set
screen.
me up on that green screen.
Nah, guys, but there's so much out there. I did my first Zoom. I'm such a an oldie but goodie. I did my first Zoom with Erika Basurto. We were doing a Zoom for this meeting with in La Cancha, and it was so crazy because they're like, okay, Christina, you got to put the background because you could see where I was. And I was like, oh, they ain't going to know where I'm at. But I had my granddaughter and she wanted to go shopping. You could see me everywhere. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Not knowing that I could have put a background like this wherever. I mean, we could be at home and have the background and be doing our podcast. And I didn't even know you could do that. And it's on a Zoom, So, well, a Zoom, not a podcast, but a Zoom. And it's crazy how you don't know what you're really looking at anymore. You could be we could be in Paris right now. You ready to go to Paris?
And we could say we're in Paris.
Let's
right
go
now.
have lunch in
We're
Paris.
in Tokyo, actually. We're in
In
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, guys, we really appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. I know we were very vented, but we really wanted to bring what we're learning about ourselves as well as we're putting out content. Another thing about content, they even have a way, if you're too busy, they teach you how to put content in a calendar. So you're like, you got a manic Monday, you talk about crazy things and you have posts that will automatically post for you, videos and things like that. So don't think that, oh my God, I got to be in front of a camera all day to do this. They can help
I'm
show
gonna have you guys do that for me on
Yeah.
my business one.
They can help you do that. And remember, they're very busy people, but can you share your information with them?
Yeah. So recently, Jesus and I just merged together. I come from doing a lot of the video production for like brands and businesses, and Jesus does a lot of the podcasting. We don't have a specific website yet, but I can share some of like my email and my phone number probably. So my email is mgmediapro.
You want to put it there?
Yeah, put it in the
Yeah,
comments.
yours
MG Media
too?
Pro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that link.
Yeah. mgmediapro@gmail.com. And we do podcasting, we do live videos, we do live events, we do video production, we do photography, a little bit of photography as well. So we do a little bit of everything. And I just think it's very important nowadays than ever before just to start creating content, start building your brand. It's just so crucial now more now than ever before.
If anything, just share your message. Just share your message,
If you just want to learn about what we do, or like, because everybody wants to start doing TikToks, everybody wants to do like Instagram reels,
Yeah.
like just create like a little strategy for your business or for your personal brand. Reach out to us, just we can share some of our knowledge, some of our information. So that'd be amazing.
Maybe a meet and greet, y'all, for a meet and greet.
And the great
Yeah.
thing, guys, they
Let's do
moved into to the building here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hi, Mod Posse.
Congrats.
Yeah,
So I'll get to be their neighbors.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
gonna be up there all the
There you
time.
go. So what we're doing upstairs is very special because a lot of I remember before we started this business, I personally wanted to start my own podcast, and I kept going on Google and try to find a good location where I can have our podcast. And the thing is, it was very hard for me to find a location that was affordable and that I don't have to it was hands free, where I don't have to take all my equipment and all that. I don't even know. Some people don't even want to deal with cameras and things like that. They just want to make sure a professional handles that. So what we're doing upstairs or at the new office is very special because what we're doing is we have our own podcast studio where you can go. We have all the professional cameras. We have everything that you need. We'll actually do a podcast, send it to you the same day, edit it, and it's hands-free experience where you just go in. We can sit up to 4 people. You can bring some people with you at a very affordable price, and you can have your own podcast, start doing episodes, right?
Yeah.
And then from those episodes, like I was mentioning earlier, we'll cut little shorts so you can start actually promoting it on social media so people can know your brand, whatever it is that you do. And we also have a little photography studio as well and some TikToks you can do and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
gonna
I don't know
be
how to do TikTok.
No, me neither.
yeah, we'll
Show
do
me.
all that for you for sure.
Yeah.
So appreciate. I'm so grateful to be here with y'all. I think this is kind of like the first time I meet you like professionally. So I'm excited. I was like, y'all are really cool. And I'm excited because how many podcasts have you already done?
26.
26.
You know, like less than probably 4 or 5% of people who do the podcast go past 20th episode.
Wow.
So congrats to you! Let's go! So I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
And we'll be having our own celebration.
Hey, I
Let's go.
Like the kids.
So you remember, guys, we need y'all to start. If y'all can, go support, show your support, like our page over at Building Empires Network on YouTube, and just show your likes, your concerns, your questions. We're gonna
Give us feedback.
Give us feedback. We're going to be taking a class with them so that we could start giving you more of our randoms, you know, sharing our daily stuff, because we know we hold back a lot because we don't really know how to post on it yet, but we're going forward. So we're 26 episodes in, and I can't wait for 30. You're going to see a big change. So let's see exactly what happens. What we bring.
We are even going to look different.
Hey!
Yes, we
2023 is going to be y'all's year for
2023
sure.
is gonna
Let's
be the
go.
new me. There you go.
Let's go.
2023 will be the new me. Yeah. So, like I said, you know, reach out if you need. Like I said, you have their information. Reach out, start doing y'all's own thing. Y'all could be doing what we're doing, and if it's just you wanting to learn how to do it yourself, take the class. Take the class. I'm going to be in it. You know, take the class and make sure you know you can learn it for yourself, because some people are like, oh my God, it gets expensive. It's not when you do make that one-time investment. I'm sure a lot of you already bought a whole bunch of diet stuff getting ready for for the new year, but guess what? Invest in yourself. You'll see how much easier things become when you invest in yourself. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.